lot of people know you. You've been crushing it. You've been consistent for a long, long time. I want to ask, like, the first question would be 90 something percent. It's nearly 1% actually go after, I think it's like 20 episodes or something. But what got you to be that person that kept going? And was it hard?
Yes, it was hard, but the thing that got me going, or the thing that kept me going, was just a commitment to keep going. It sounds almost obviously simple, but that really was what it was for me, because most people will start a podcast kind of on a whim, and they're just kind of like, oh, let's start a podcast. And they get super excited. They name it and they buy some fancy equipment and they record an episode and they release it and nobody listens to it. And then they release another one 3.5 weeks later because they forgot to record. And then even fewer people listen to the second episode. And then by episode number 4, they forgot to record. And then their equipment's collecting dust and being listed on Facebook Marketplace. For me, I was actively looking for a new career path. And I was an avid podcast listener. And I came across a podcast course, took the course, and decided that was what I was going to do. So when I started my show, I committed to 2 full years of podcasting, regardless of the results. That was my commitment at the very beginning. I'm doing 2 full years, 3 episodes a week when I started, all interviews. So 2 years of 3 interviews per week. I'm doing that minimum. And then I'll renegotiate with myself after 2 years if things aren't like going very well. I don't want to waste time, but that's the nice thing about podcasting is if you're doing it about something that you care about, it's never a waste of time. The worst case scenario is I connected with 3 people per week for 2 years talking about entrepreneurship, which was something I really wanted to talk about and get more into myself. And so, 2 years of 3 episodes a week, that's 300 new conversations that I had with people about a topic that was something that I wanted to learn more about. So even if I got 0 listeners or whatever, or the metrics that I was expecting weren't hit, it would still have been a good use of my time at that time.
Speaking of a time, was there a time that you still wanted to quit within those first 2 years?
For sure. Probably around the 12 to 18 month mark, because I felt like I was gaining some serious headway in terms of the people I was interviewing. My interview ability was getting better. I was connecting with more people, but my download numbers weren't reflecting any of that. So I was on the top charts. I was on the top entrepreneurship charts for a year and a half. Just we're stagnant. We were 400 to 600 downloads an episode or something like that, which is better than probably 85% of shows, 80% of shows anyway. But it with as much effort as I was putting into it, just didn't feel like I was getting the results that I wanted to get. And so, I definitely thought about quitting before that 2 years was up. But that was the thing that kept me in it. It was just I committed to this. I'm going to do it for the 2 years regardless.